Good day, everyone. So, my topic for today is all about separating mixed costs. When we say mixed cost, it has a combination of fixed costs and a variable component of a certain cost. Okay, so we have this example. Okay, machine hours and utility costs for DKNY Industries in the year 2000. The current year were as follows. So, ito po yung months nila January to December. On the second column, we are given machine hours. Ito yung machine hours na na-consume per month. Yan, 2.5 hanggang 4.2. And the utility cost, ito yung cost na na-incur per particular machine hours na na-consume. So, January, 36,800. So on and so forth hanggang December. Okay? Ayan. So, how do we separate mixed cost from the variable cost? Take note, itong utility cost, ang component niyan is a mixture of fixed cost and variable cost. Therefore, ang magiging mission natin, class, is to separate 36,800 into fixed cost and variable cost. So, hatiin natin siya. Okay, same with the other components per month. Okay, so we have steps on how to get it. Now, first step is select the highest and lowest levels of activity and cost within the given set of data. So, magiging basihan natin is si machine hours as to the highest level and lowest level. Now, tingnan natin si machine hours dito. Ano ba yung highest level? Okay, 2.5 or may 4,100 dito. Okay, but here, 4,700 will be the highest machine hours. So, ilalagay natin siya dyan. Whereas, the lowest machine hours consumption is na kay March. Okay? Ayan, 1,900. So, ilalagay natin siya dito. Okay? So, what is the corresponding utility cost of 4,700 machine hours? So, in November, meron siyang 62,000. Itong 1,900 is during March, and the utility cost here is 27,000. Now, so get the difference of both machine hours and utility costs. Again, equal sign, okay, for the formula. 47 minus 1,900. Okay, that's 2,800. For here, 62,000 minus 27,000. So the difference will be 35,000. So we already get the step number 1. For the step number 2, compute for the variable cost element using the following formula. So to get the variable cost, ito yung formula natin. Change in cost over change in activity. Now, ito yung sa step 1 natin, di ba? So the variable cost per unit is what? How much is the change in utility cost or the difference between the highest and lowest level? So, di ba? 35,000. So, lalagay natin dito, 35,000. Okay. Lagyan lang natin ang bar line. Okay. So, how much is the change in machine hours? So, the difference between the highest and lowest level is 2,800. So, okay. Equal sign. Click natin itong 35 divided by, ayan, 2,800 to get the variable cost per unit. Click enter. So therefore, our variable cost per unit is 1250 pesos per unit pala tayo. Okay? So gagamitin natin to in getting the variable cost component. So per unit ito, kukunin natin yung amount niya in total. That's step number 3. So compute the variable cost at the highest and lowest level of activity using the following formula. Variable cost is equals to highest or lowest level of activity times variable cost per unit. Ito yung nakuha natin kanina, di ba? Magagamit natin yan. Okay, so some highest low level is 4,700 while the lowest level 1,900 machine hours. Now, magkano ba ang variable cost per unit natin? Okay, pwede natin siyang i-link na lang dito by clicking equal sign, then click this one para malink yung 1250, then click enter. Okay, di ba? So, follow the same process, equal sign, click 1250, then click enter para malink siya. Okay? So, that's linking. So, to get the variable cost, ayan, multiply lang natin siya, 4,700 times 1250. Okay? Click enter to get the answer. Okay. So, lagyan lang natin ng ano, okay, para maging money matter siya or amount. Okay. So, do the same process. 1,900 times 1250 equals sign or enter. Okay, 23,000. Therefore, sa highest level, tingnan natin ha. Okay, ang highest level natin is November, 62,000. Out of the 62,000, ang variable cost niya is 58,700. Now, sa lowest level during March. Magkano ba ang cost ni March? 27,000. Out from the 27,000, ang variable component niya is 23,000. So the difference between the total cost and this variable cost will be our fixed cost. Now, na-separate na natin siya. Okay, let's compute for the fixed cost. So dapat si highest level or si lowest level, magkaparehas lang ng fixed cost. Kasi nga 'di ba, in every different levels, range of production, fixed is always fixed, hindi nagbabago. Ang nagbabago lang is si variable. Now, okay, magkano nga yung total variable cost ni ano ni highest or lowest level? Eto, ililink lang natin. Click and equal sign. Then, 58,750. Ayan. Then, another, ililink natin. Magkano yung variable cost niya? 23,700 equal sign. So, magkano yung utility cost? Okay, erase natin yun. Mali yun. Magkano yung total utility cost ni highest level? Ang total utility cost ni highest level, November, 62,000. Lagay natin siya dito. Ayan o, 62,000. Okay, 62,000. Magkano yung amount utility cost ni lowest level? That is March, di ba? Magkano? 27,000. Ito na. Ayan, 27,000. So, ilalagay natin siya doon. Yan yung total cost niya or utility cost. Now, to get the fixed cost, i-deduct lang natin siya. Utility cost minus yung variable cost per component ng 62,000. Therefore, ang fixed cost dyan is 3,250. How about the other? Equal sign pa din, 27,000 minus yung variable component niya na 23,750 is equals to 3,250. Therefore, ang fixed component ng lahat ng activity na to is magkano? 3,250, di ba? So, sabi ko kanina na dapat kahit highest level or lowest level, 3 to same lang talaga sila ng amount ng fixed cost kasi nga fixed is always fixed regardless of what levels of activity, okay, ng production. Pero nag-iiba lang si variable cost. Okay? Sana naintindihan. Again, out of the 62,000, 58 ang variable, 3,000 lang ang fixed niya. Out from 27, 23,000 plus yung variable, 3,000 plus yung fixed. Okay? So that will be the ways on how to separate the mixed cost. And actually, the method that we applied kanina in separating the mixed cost is called high-low method. Why? Because we get the highest and the lowest level to separate the variable cost and fixed cost. Now let's proceed to allocating the product cost. Okay, so in allocating the product cost, we have two types of costing system. Okay, and costing and pricing. Actually, marami siya, pero okay, I will just discuss the two types of costing system. We have the actual costing system and the normal costing system. Okay, dito muna tayo sa actual costing system. Okay. So in the actual costing system, this method requires that all production overhead is available prior any cost allocation to the jobs and process. Okay? Ayan, under this system, actual cost of direct materials used, direct labor, and manufacturing overhead incurred in a production are charged to the job to determine the cost of specific products. So ang kakailanganin natin dito from the word itself, actual, mga actual cost lang. Okay? Ayan. So to get your actual cost, you need to get your direct labor, direct materials, and actual overhead kasi nga actual siya. Okay? And then total, so makukuha mo na lahat. Okay, so example, high street manufacturing has the following account balances at the end of their production cycle for the month of January. So may direct labor tayo ng 120,000, direct materials na 162,000, manufacturing overhead 74,000, and total actual cost 356,000. Okay, so let's add all together. Direct labor is 120. Okay, ayan. Ayan, lagyan natin ng ano, ayan, comma to make it peso format. Magkano ba ang direct materials natin? Direct materials is 162. Okay, ayan. So magkano ba ang actual overhead cost natin? Ayan. So actual overhead cost is 74,000. Ayan. So ito total lang natin lahat to get the total actual cost. 120 plus, ayan, equal sign pa din tayo. Okay, plus this cell 162 plus 74. Click lang natin. Click enter to get the result. So therefore, the total actual cost for this item is 356,000. So that's how easy it is kapag actual. Need lang natin ng actual cost. How about in normal costing? So before we proceed, so key points there, based on the illustration, the direct labor and direct materials are added because they are classified as actual direct costs. Then, by adding the actual direct cost and actual overhead cost, which is given manufacturing overhead, the total cost or actual cost will be derived. Okay, let's proceed to the next costing system. So example, read natin yung example. High Street Manufacturing Company has the following account balances at the end of their production cycle for the month of February. We have fixed cost 1 million. Variable cost per direct labor hours natin is 40. Kada direct labor hours, the variable cost is 40 pesos. We have budgeted. Okay, budgeted direct labor hours is 125 and actual is 150,000 direct labor hours. So, if you could observe, meron ng budgeted at meron ng actual. Okay? So, ano ba yung concept ng normal costing? Now, here it is. This method requires the cost of direct materials and direct labor to be charged to the job. Under this system, the manufacturing overhead applied to production differs in the sense that a predetermined overhead rate is used in computing for the amount of overhead charged to the job. So, in contrast to the actual talagang ilalagay natin for the actual overhead cost. Pero dito, we will use predetermined overhead rate. So in overhead, we will gonna use predetermined. So when we say predetermined, budgeted, or estimated, okay, overhead rate ang kukunin natin. Ayan. So the predetermined overhead rate is the ratio of the estimated total overhead to the estimated total cost driver selected. A company may employ a plant wide rate of departmental rates, okay, ayan, are used and the budgeted manufacturing overhead is divided into several cost pools and uses each driver as the denominator in computing for the predetermined overhead rate. Okay, so in computing for your normal cost, you need to get your predetermined overhead rate times the actual direct labor hours utilized. Now, we need to solve this one kasi hindi siya given sa formula. Okay? Now, eto hahanapin pa ba natin to? Actual direct labor hours utilized. Binigay na siya sa formula and it is always given. So, the actual direct labor hours utilized is 150,000 pesos. Therefore, or 100,000, 150,000 hours. Sorry. So, ang kailangan na lang natin isolve is the predetermined overhead rate. Now, to get your predetermined overhead rate, ito yon, budgeted manufacturing overhead divided by the budgeted production activity. Now, Nakikita nyo ba ang budgeted manufacturing overhead? Hindi, di ba? Pero nakikita natin, or it is given in the problem, the budgeted annual direct labor hours. Okay? Ayan. So, we need to get the budgeted manufacturing overhead rate by adding the fixed cost plus, okay, meron tayong open close parenthesis, this direct labor hours na budgeted, 125 times the 40. So 1 million is the fixed component while what the answer or the solution for 125,000 times 40 will be our variable cost. So that's the total budgeted manufacturing overhead. Again, ito yung fixed 1,000 at yung variable component is the solution or the answer of 125,000 times 40. So meron na tayong fixed, meron din tayong variable. Now, and computing that, ayan. So 1 million, we need to get 1 million. Okay, plus, ayan, equal sign ha, don't forget, plus 125,000 multiply by 40, do not forget the open close parenthesis, that's shift, close parenthesis, then to get the answer for that, equal sign, or enter. Okay, so that's 60 or 6 million, okay, 6 million divided by the budgeted production activity. So what is how much is the budgeted production activity? Ito, budgeted annual labor hours of 125. Okay, so our predetermined overhead rate is equal to, let's copy this one, ayan, equals to 6 million divided by 125, just click the number, enter. So our predetermined overhead rate is 48 pesos. Okay, tingnan natin. Let's check if tama ba ang ating formula. Okay, tama naman. Okay, actually, ang formula, check nyo dito sa formula bar. Ayan. Okay. So now, if we have this predetermined overhead rate na, we can solve the normal cost. So in solving the normal cost, okay, copy this one. How much is our predetermined overhead rate? Kana yun? 48. So, click natin yung 48. I-link na lang natin. Enter. Ayan. You get the 48 pesos. How much is the actual direct labor hours? Okay, the actual direct labor hours is 150,000 hours. So, therefore, the normal cost is 48 multiply, okay, by 150,000. Okay, click enter to get the normal cost. So our normal cost will be 7,200,000 pesos. There you have it. So our answer for the normal cost is 7,200,000. Okay, so that's all for today.